not cry in real life, and I am much the same. I anticipate a breakdown to put your best to shame. For such a cynic I admire, you've made a friend erased. Life together, maybe, if you don't go insane. Nothing like a failure to put me in my place. It's not believable that I would know how to act disgrace. You made a good assumption that you would have yourself to blame. Life together only remembered by name. Remembered by name. Remembered by name. Remembered by name. A slim chance in hell you'll be selling me rain today. At this age there's nothing won't burn into your brain. Don't have such contempt for your numerous mistakes. I'm starting to notice your obsessions never change. You're off to spend some time in the sunlight saturated hours, or muttering under your breath that you're too good for this town. You're like your morals compromised and your apathy in full flower. Heaven could be a bust, although I'd like to find out for myself. I'm randomly guessing at my time, heartless fate. While the various devils still keep me feeling great. You came out of nowhere and you're easily replaced. When there's nowhere to go, you'll become one fine disgrace. You're off to spend some time in the sunlight saturated hours, or muttering under your breath that you're too good for this town. You're like your morals compromised and your apathy in full flower. Heaven could be a bust, although I'd like to find out for myself. Saying another usable regret to make you profitable. The interactions have been getting better. Unnecessary silhouettes we have in common, and you don't have to wait here at all if you don't want to, or care the slightest bit for me. I'd rather rip you to shreds here in the safety of a song than have a second with my heart on my sleeve. And though you might bear have a passing resemblance to all your favorite brilliant artists and eccentrics, the minor difference I hate to mention is they had talent and ambition and abundance, and you don't have to wait here at all if you don't want to, or care the slightest bit for me. I'd rather rip you to shreds here in the safety of a song than have a second with my heart on my sleeve. My admiration as an obvious lie. Regardless, I'm saying you've done alright. I do myself no favors letting every moment die. And you could make up some poor excuses to bring a certain trap forgiveness to the subject. And since we're stranded, perhaps forever, I might consider getting comfortable around here again. Don't have to wait here at all if you don't want to, or care the slightest bit for me. I'd rather rip you to shreds here in the safety of a song than have a second with my heart on my sleeve. You've been away for an impossible day, as a stranger only waiting to be found. And though it's a surprise to see you here, you're not so bad to be around. So tell me why there's no more time to decide which illness you should put out on display. I meant to shove that feeling way down to keep me safe from my own pain. Well, you've been dying to tell me that you're finally getting sentimental. And I don't mind a joyless ride if I've got somewhere good to go. Left alone, I am less than capable of delivering on promises I made. And though I've hardly had a bad time, you still just might hear me complain. Well, you've been dying to tell me that you're finally getting sentimental. And I don't mind a joyless ride if I've got somewhere good to go. Well, I can bring the conversation to a screeching halt, although it's not intentional. An average mind, an awful thing to waste unless it's paired with an above average ego. I might remind you of someone who's not too interesting, but on second glance even less so. So take the time to kick me when I'm down, and I'll respect you even more for being bold. And I know that I am fallible. At times it's rarely so, but still a shame to see. And I don't know why you're typical typical disguise can't find a soul to keep you company. Well, even though I took you for a fool, in my defense, I never thought you would find out. And I condone jumping to conclusions based on flawed logic if you like how it sounds. And I know that I am fallible. At times it's rarely so, but still ashamed to see. And I don't know why your typical disguise can't find a soul to keep you company. Well, if you're counting on me to be by your side, you figured me wrong. This time later to grieve, so I don't know why you would string me along. And since we're waiting our turn, like the dimwits we are, I'm refusing to change. I won't admire you now or anytime soon, and surely you feel the same. I don't know a thing about it, or else I'd be way ahead of you, not falling behind. Some freak of nature wouldn't be unexpected, but some kindred spirit is fine. Well, now you're at it again, but no one's impressed, and this is not what you want. There is no way out of this, which is so unfair, though it happens a lot. You do not have to reveal your horrible side, it's still early yet. And mine will make itself known at some point, I'm sure I'll have that to regret. I don't know a thing about it, or else I'd be way ahead of you, not falling behind. I can't hold grudges like they're gone out of style, so you might wanna keep that in mind. It's no wonder that you're not coming through for me. I place my trust into the wrong hands all the time. I won't believe you if you send me affection or tell me that everything's fine. You have my sympathies and some life to waste. My made-up chaos coming through. Another portrait of your strangeness to arrange, and another stolen afternoon. Might be a dead-end street, but I'll soldier on. One who seems to not be proud of me. The cynical take would say you're just another pawn, taking part in my unraveling. And now you're all celebrating that my luck is running out, and I've been gone pretending I don't care if you're around. My perfect damage isn't yet all yours to claim. That just might be my favorite line. Another way to lose all meaning to your name, and another chance to horrify. I hate to say my famous hesitation brought me here. I hope and pray that one me with a good time. My typical rebellion, which didn't go as planned. One more in a string of failures, which I'm sure you understand. And while I act unbothered, I might quietly see you got some despair at home, but no good reason to leave. We arrived together, but acted separately. What an opportune time for you to go discarding me. Today, I'll leave nightmares behind and havoc in my wake. And to my disappointment, you might emerge unscathed and head on back to the lonely Shangri-La from which you came. And though I've gone erasing well-measured life, you don't know the half of it, but I'll give you a pass this time. And though it counts for nothing, I'll send you my regards. Might as well keep going on since you've already come this far. Fine thief, but no companion to a saint. If you'd have seen me here, I'm sure you'd have a few complaints. It's not a fear of mine to let you suffer the same fate. You have it all worked out except the friends to celebrate. I know you might get by without a change in mind, but even I don't find that very wise. And now you don't rate me highly, though you never tell me why. Have fun deciding who's the next to crucify. You abandon every useful thing you find. I assume this is not what you had in mind. I know it's not quite desperate, but it's a short walk away. I didn't find you there, just one of my many mistakes. It's not a dream of mine to get good ideas out of pain. You might be one smart crook, but more than a little insane. I know you might get by without a change in mind, but even I don't find that very wise. And now you don't rate me highly, though you never tell me why. Have fun deciding who's the next to crucify. You abandon every useful thing you find. I assume this is not what you had in mind. What you say, it has to benefit me in some way. On hopeless nights I know where I can go. you the blame, you know. Oh, oh, oh. Well, I'm in my desperate phase. Get buried, it's all the rage. I'm unprepared to disclose any pain unless I'm after some personal gain. On hopeless nights I know where I can go. Oh, oh, oh. Good timing's not my forte. I'm counting on devious ways. I must advise you to watch what you say, unless it benefits me in some way. I brought you here to shoulder the blame, you know. Oh, oh. To put you out of your misery. And if I'm making up a tragedy, then you can rest assured I'm finally ruined. You didn't come this far to be a thief. I didn't want you here in this condition. Don't listen to me. Now I see you coming through a perfect scene, but no good thing for us to do. And if you come up with a bad idea, I've gotta let you know as soon as possible. It won't be too long till you disappear. It won't be logical to tell you it's okay to fear. And if I'm saying something miserable for the sole purpose of creating tension, then any thinking mind will let me go. Although I've got a couple good back pocket excuses to show, and I won't be needing to make it known that someone else will have to do. Well, you mavericks and your mothers, with your cool bones and your gutters, you should take to speaking plainly when you wanna get your way. 'Cause the system's slightly broken, if I may be so outspoken. When you're sick of dressing vainly just to make it through the day, well, you wander as an artist, so convinced that you have it the hardest. You should settle for the scraps you have and numb your random pain. 'Cause the world's typically crooked, and it will kill you when you are not looking. So you better be careful out there if you don't wanna go insane. Well, the geniuses and liars with unsatisfied desires, you should warn me of your essence when you wanna speak your mind. You can find me in the church when my condition's growing worse, and you have read yourself beyond all doubt in the arms of someone kind. Well, you sufferers and patrons whose default emotions hatred, you You should change all my obsessions and choose wisely when you weep. Won't you be here in the morning when my new life's getting boring, and your ardent Savior's promises aren't good enough to keep? Now you wanna make my only dream come true and hold tight until it's ruined. You wanna be a ragged mind. Now I'm better off forgiving and pretending one day there'll be an ending. I'm sure you'll leave without a dime, since I'm dreaming up a line of bitter talk. I'll take